What is up, Math Superstars? This is a special edition. This is going to be our walkthrough guide if you're in Math 6 and you are on the classwork page for area and circumference. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tackle the first 4 problems in a walkthrough. So if you're still stuck, what we're going to do is give you further steps. So please take the opportunity to pause, rewind, write the steps, because after question number 4, we want to see you do it on your own here. So we have question number 1. We have A equals, and we're given this circle right here. So this circle, let's go ahead and first step is write out our equation. So area is going to be equal to pi times our radius squared. And so for this circle, we're given the radius right here. So the radius is the center point to the edge is going to be 10. So let's go ahead and write that in for radius squared would be 10 squared times, and pi we're going to use 3.14. So if you need to pause right now, go ahead and pause, make sure you have that written down. So there's step number 1. So step number 2 now, let's go ahead and do our exponent here. So 10 to the power of 2 is the same as 10 times 10, which gives us 100, times 3.14. And you can go ahead and do that in your calculator now. 3.14 times 100 gives us our area is equal to 314, and the label is centimeters squared. So now question number 2, we're talking about the distance around. So we're talking about this part right around here. So you have to figure out if that is circumference or area. So when we talk about the distance around, we're talking about the circumference. So go ahead and write circumference equals pi times our diameter. So there's our equation. Right here, we're given the diameter is the line all the way across the circle through the center. So let's go ahead and fill in our diameter, which is 40, and pi is 3.14, and we are multiplying those together. So now all we have to do in our calculator is do the final step, which is now multiplying 3.14 times 40 in our calculator. So 3.14 times 40 gives us 125.6, and we're talking about just feet. So now question number 3, we're talking about covering the inside. So if we cover the inside of this circle, so all the inside of our circle, we're talking about the area. So we're going to write area is going to equal to pi times radius squared. And let's go ahead and fill in our equation now. So pi is 3.14 times our radius, which is 4 squared. And please do not fall into the trap of saying 4 squared is 8, but because 4 times 4 is 16 times 3.14. Once again, if you're watching this walkthrough, please make sure you write out all your steps. So 3.14 times 16 gives us our area is 50.25 centimeters squared. And last but not least for our video walkthrough, we need to figure out the area. So we're going to write down our equation. Area equals pi times radius squared. And right here in our circle, we're given the diameter is 22 feet. But you notice we cannot use the diameter for our radius. So you got to figure out the radius is the center point to the edge. So we're just saying that is half of 22, which is 11 feet. Please make a note. Use the radius. Do not use diameter for when we're dealing with our area problems. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and do our first step. So we're going to replace the symbol of pi for 3.14 times our radius is 11 squared. So now let's do 11 squared. So in our calculator, you're doing 11 times 11. You might have it memorized in your head. That's 121 times 3.14 is our area. So 121 times 3.14 gives us our area is equal to 379.94 feet squared. So if you're stuck after this point, please refer back to the steps in this video. So you can go ahead, if you're like, I'm still a little confused, rewind it and check out the steps that you're now going to use for the rest of your classwork.